All right, guys, good morning and happy Friday, all the way from the beautiful state of New Mexico. I'll tell you a little bit about my experience in a moment, but as always, in true fast form, I'm going to have somebody bring us out on the field. Now, I am just taking a shot in the dark here because everyone's cameras are frozen on my end, so hopefully I am not frozen. But Delaney, are you there? And Delaney, can you hear me?
I am, but I can't do my video right now.
Cool, but can you bring everybody out on the field on this beautiful, beautiful Friday morning?
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Okay, it's a beautiful day. We've had a great week so far. We have a wonderful weekend ahead of us, full of opportunity with possible open houses and maybe some door knocking and meeting great people and putting them in houses at a decent interest rate and maybe getting some negotiations for them to, for some seller credit.
Beautiful, beautiful. Anything else? Anything else?
I hope that everyone is taking time for themselves, whether it be through journaling, focusing on maybe food or fitness, or just taking a walk to enjoy the beautiful sunshine and soaking it in, and filling your cup so that you can fill everyone else's.
I love that. I love that. And let me ask you guys, how many people are doing that right now? Just raise your hand if you're filling your own cup, if you're taking the time to exercise, to meditate, to replenish. Are you doing those things right now? I am at a big level because I know it's how important it is. If you can just give me a reaction down below, because I'm not seeing everybody's faces. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Delaney, for such a powerful message. So you guys, let's go full tilt right now. I'm very excited. I'm full of energy. I'm full of passion. And I'm just really, really full of gratitude, and for a couple different reasons. So we have the opportunity to come out to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I have never been here before. I didn't know what to expect. And while we've been here, we have met some incredible people. We have learned about this market. We've learned about their food, about their culture, about their energy here. And it's been an amazing, amazing experience. So we might have some of our New Mexico new friends on the call today. So if you're a guest, if you're joining this call for the very first time, this is Keep It Moving Group Coaching. We believe in the collective wisdom. We believe in sharing and contributing at the highest level. So to all my Albuquerque people that are here today, thank you for being here, and thank you for being so warm and welcoming and just having a really, really good time with us. So you guys, what I wanted to do is, obviously I want to talk about events. What I'm seeing is more and more of you are doing events, and I love seeing this happen. And listen, you guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the 100+ people at your event. Just start throwing events, or start attending a lot of events, and start raising your hand and go around the room and talk to the people at these events, because you don't know who you're going to meet, and you don't know what ideas are going to spark. And so I wrote down some thoughts here. Maybe you want to create your own style of movement, like Cynthia did with investor panels. Maybe you wanted to throw a panel of crushing it in your first year in real estate. Maybe you want to throw a panel that talks about how we're going to better help the underserved communities in our markets. Perhaps you want to do a woman's panel, a man's panel, a dad's panel, a gym, fitness, health, and entrepreneurship panel. Like, the list goes on and on and on. And listen, nothing is stopping any of you from simply putting together an event. And so I want you guys in 2023 to lean into that. If there's something that you like, if you're into dogs, if you're into like pet adoption, cat adoption, all those things, you guys put together a cool event, because we are seeing tremendous growth from people that are doing events. And now guess what? Your name gets to be on lights, and you get to create cool reels, and you get to give that opportunity, or that event, tons of shelf life. So lean into events in 2023. 3 things that I want to ask of you guys right now is, I want you guys to write and make some notes. If you're driving, come back and listen to this later. But here's what I want you guys to do, because it's Friday. This is Action Friday. And I want you guys to take down some notes, and I want you guys to make a small commitment to yourself from now until the end of next week, until we meet again next Friday for the action session. So I want you guys to ask yourself, what is one thing that I want to take action on in this next week? Just one thing that I know I want to take action on in this next week. That's the first question. Second question is, what resources will I need? Now, this thing that you're going to take action on, this isn't I should take action on. This is a must. I must take action on this in the next week. So first things first, what resources will I need? Two, what human resources? Is there a person that I need to lean to help me with this action item? And three, what is the result of me accomplishing this action? And then let's add another one. How will I feel once I accomplish this, right? So I want you guys to say, okay, I got a week ahead of me. What is one thing that I need to take action on? What's something that I've been putting off? What's something that I've been procrastinating on? What's one thing that I told myself I was going to do and I've been dragging my feet on it? I read something earlier from James Clear and it said, just finish something, anything. Stop researching, stop planning, stop preparing, just do the work. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't matter how good or bad it is. You just, you're not going to set the world on fire with your first try. You just need to do something. So go out there and finish something this week. I know we all have that one thing. So what I want you to do is write it down and say, I must take action on this next week. I don't think I'm going to do this. I am going to do this and I'm committed to doing this. Write that down and then commit to it. Tell yourself what resources you need, what human resources you need. How will you feel when you accomplish that? Make sure you write that down and make sure that you guys stick to that. I wanted to ask you guys a couple questions. We're going to go into action and takeaways in just a moment. But I want to ask you guys, how many people were at the event, the Boss Ladies yesterday in San Francisco with Arjun? How many people were there? If you can, just raise your hand if I can get who was at that event yesterday. All right, cool. So Ali, I know a couple of you were there. Ali, I would love for you to grab the mic really quick. Tell us about your takeaways from that event, because there were some really, really powerful people in that room. So I would love to hear from you. Share with us what your key takeaways were from that event and what you are going to instantly apply in your business.
It was a very inspirational event. Also, sorry, my camera's off because I just got off the shower. But I loved it. Everything, they just talked about how you need to be yourself. And there's power in being yourself. Don't be afraid. And, you know, one of the speakers even said, like, okay, what's the ratio? Like, how, like, when do you know if you're posting too much? Even like they discuss social media and they're like, the best rule we can give you is 1/3. 1/3 personal life, 1/3 real estate, 1/3 something else. It's like, that's how you know you have a nice balance. But, you know, they just stressed about be who you are, own it. Don't be afraid to just show it.
And so for the people that struggle with this, what were some high level things that they shared? Like, what was something that if someone is shy and they're like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this, like what were some tips and advice that they gave the crowd?
You never know who you're going to help or who's going to be in the same situation as you are. So you're shy, but just post, and little bit by little. Someone mentioned about how they started roller skating with their son, and she just posted the journey and how she would fall on her butt, you know, and people just started reacting to that. Others were just like showing just the process of like being a mom and being busy and all of it, and like you're being relatable. So even when you're afraid or you're shy or you think that no one's really gonna care, those, if they don't care, cool, they don't matter. What matters is the people's attraction that you are actually getting, the likes, the DMs, you know, because again, you're creating things that are not for everyone, but for the few people that are going to react to you, that's your audience.
Beautiful. I love it. And if there was one thing that you're going to be working on this next week, one thing that is an action item of yours that you are saying this is a must that I complete it in this next week, what would that one thing be?
Post more. I lacked this week, personal reasons, but I started getting into my own head. So definitely being at that event yesterday helped me and reminded me that it's okay to be who I am. It's okay to post. It's okay to just be myself.
I
So
love it. I love it. I think you do a really good job at being yourself and expressing who you are. You guys, I want to take a second to just have this conversation. Yesterday, the rankings came out from EXP naming Team Fast the #2 team in the world for 2023 for sales volume. Now, part of me is like sick in the stomach that we're #2, but it's okay, all right? Because the team that came in #1, they focus on short-term deals, and so they don't have inventory challenges because they do deals all across the United States of America. However, I'll give credit where credit's due. But I thought about this, you guys, like by being ourselves, by being our own, unique, crazy version of what we thought this real estate game should be, we have built this all in 3 years. When I look at the screen, I didn't know any of you. I didn't know these people in Albuquerque. I didn't know that we were going to create what's been created. And in 3 years, we are the #2 in the entire world. And so I look at you guys and be like, that's you guys, right? There's people on this team that will sell 50 homes this year. There's people on this team that are getting speaking engagements. Ernesto being the California Rising Star, Ernesto speaking on panels, Cynthia doing her event, you guys putting together these events, Vanessa and Michael doing events in Stockton. Like you guys are creating something that 3 years from now, you can look back like, wow, I created my own movement. And so I wanted to, it's not a braggadocious to talk about it. It's to say that anything is possible. And if we could do this, and I didn't know all these people 3 years ago, you guys can create that for yourself. So really proud of that, and I'm really honored by that. And it just goes to show that you guys can do whatever you want in this business, and you guys can shine in your own way. Let's do this. I want to go to a couple other people. Let's talk about action for the week that you guys took that really set you apart this week. Joellen, you got a new listing from all of your efforts in your community. Joellen, I would love for you to talk to us about that big win in this last week.
Good morning, guys. So I think you guys have heard me talk time and time again about how much I love the Nextdoor app. And I'm like, literally, I'm in there all day long. And I decided to post something the other morning saying, hey, has anybody heard of a rumor that somebody might be wanting to sell their home that doesn't currently on the market? And they just lit the post up, literally. Then some realtors tried to chime in like they had pocket listing, but I muted those guys. But ended up getting into 4 off-market properties and landing a listing. So all from Nextdoor.
All right, so tell us about this for the people that aren't on Nextdoor. Like, what's your rhythm? What's your cadence? How often are you in there? How often are you replying? Like, tell us about how you manage that, how you structure that.
So what I do on my Nextdoor is any community event I have, I post it in there and I invite the community. Any things that we're doing, like the Christmas tree pickup, the food drive, all the things that we do, that goes in there. Videos from Reels for the events like Casa, just everything that I do goes in there. I even invite them to my happy hour and Suki and Saki's, my presentation that I had at the assisted living community. So yeah, I just have a pretty big following now. And I just showed up at people's doors once they started DMing yesterday saying, okay, I'm ready. Beautiful. And you know what? I got full commission, 6% on this listing, full commission.
Yes, I love this. I love this. And let me ask you a question, Joellen. I know you have an event that you're wanting to throw in Walnut Creek. Tell us a little bit about the thoughts behind that. And then also tell us about this social media event that you're going to be throwing with Danielle.
Yeah, so Catalina and I have been throwing these events since probably October of last year. And lately we've been kind of hosting them around a beautiful mind and not so much like self-care, but what it really takes to have a beautiful mindset. And we've been bringing in doctors and therapists. And so this next event we're going to hold in Walnut Creek is, I think I'm going to have the state Senate, who is Latina. She's the first Latina in District 4 for El Dorado County to make the Senate. And she's my good friend. And I think she's going to come speak, some doctors. And it's just going to be all about international women and how we can better support each other and network and all that good stuff.
So based on all the things that you're doing Nextdoor, these community events, how long have you been licensed? I want some people to, I want you to take some people back. How long have you been licensed?
I got licensed in 2019. Only sold one listing that year because it was at the end of the year. Then 2020 did a couple, and 2021 I had to take care of my husband's grandma, did a couple. But this is the first year that I don't have any outside stuff getting in my way. So I have clear focus, taking action. I'm a Rotarian. Everybody knows I'm an agent here. And you know what I'm really proud of? If I've only been here for 9 months, and now I have my in the MLS here for 4 listings in Cameron Park.
I absolutely love this. And Joellen, none of this existed last year, right? This presence that you had, let's go back 1 year, this wasn't in place, right?
No. Team Fast. I knew I needed Team Fast because I knew I had more drive and I was different. I'm not like the other type, the realtors that get KW. I'm different. We're all built different, and this makes us who we are, which is different, top notch, stand out, and get it done.
Wow. You guys, let's give Joellen a round of applause for all the action that she has taken. I mean, let's give credit where credit is due. Joellen, your audio is cutting out, so I have to move on to somebody else. But if we can get some reactions on the screen and give her some love, give her some praise, because we appreciate you, Joellen. I want this to be, every time we're on these calls, I want you guys to take and pick and choose the things like being in your community, state senate, women in real estate, powerful women that are in, that are leading the state. Like, these are things that are all within our grasp, and you're all able to do this. You just have to take that step. And so Joellen's doing this. Who else wants to tell me about some big wins that they've had in this last week? I don't care if it's all business, maybe it was a spiritual growth, maybe it was a fitness goal that you hit for the week, but who else wants to grab the mic and share with me some action that you took in this last week? And I want you guys to grab the mic and share. I don't have all of your cameras on, so I apologize. I'm not able to see faces, reactions. So you guys got to help me out. Who wants to share action that they took in this last week and share at a high level? Kwanzo, I think that your hand is up, big dog. Let's hear from you. What did you do? What did you accomplish? What worked?
Hey, good morning. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope everyone's ready to crush it. Up until this year, I've been just trying to do everything myself. And this year, I made a declaration that I'm gonna help 50 families this year. And I know that's no way I can do this by myself. And I know that I need to really lean on the team to even come close to getting that goal, to really achieve that goal. So I started reaching out to folks, and really partnering up with people. And one of the partners was with Vanessa. And, this was someone from my Facebook lead ads. And when I spoke with her, I can tell she spoke Vietnamese, but that's as far as the conversation went. But I also had an inkling that she was looking for a listing rather than looking to buy. And so, I reached out, and Vanessa, basically took the baton from there, and, and being a conversation with them, created a CMA for her, once we understood that's kind of the direction she wanted to go. And long story short, we're now looking to go, we have a listing presentation next week. And she has a business in Alameda she's looking to sell too. So if you're not partnering with people, that's what I think if you really want to take it to the next level, I highly suggest that really think about partnering with other people.
I love it. And Kwanzo, you and I had this conversation a couple of weeks back. In order for you to serve 50 families in 2023, what does that action plan look like, and what needs to happen? I would clearly articulate that so everyone knows exactly how focused you are on this goal.
Yeah, absolutely. So, one is focusing on the pillars of production. And for me, there's so many ways you can go about it. And I don't think anyone will have the exact same playbook. For me, it's focusing on open houses, on my SOI, on these, Facebook leads, where I still have over hundreds of them. So anyone want to partner out, let me know. And then, and then community events. On that note, I linked up with an organization called Family Justice Center. They're based in Antioch, Richmond, and Vallejo. I linked up with the director of the Antioch one, and we're going to be starting to do youth workshops, like financial literacy workshop, as well as create first-time home buyer presentation programs for the parents as well. But yeah, so those are my pillars. And then, you kind of like figure out the numbers. So when I sat down with Elias, we went deep into the numbers. As an example, on open houses, if I do, let's say, 4 open house out of a month, right? So that means I only do 2 weekends, or, every Saturday or whatever. And I get on average, say, 3 conversations from the open house, but then when I knock on doors, I'll get another 3 or 4 conversations, and then basically you just add all those up, and we still go by the math of 40 conversations per transaction. So that I believe that gets like around 15, 16 potential transactions. So you just kind of do the same thing with all the different pillars to figure out what those numbers might look like. And then obviously then it's tracking to make sure that you're getting close to that. So I'm definitely getting more consistent with my Sisu. I know I fell off the past 2 days. I need to just input those numbers so that way I can continue to track.
Man, I absolutely love this. Absolutely love it. Would love to hear from Vanessa on the other end of this. Obviously, you guys are sharing in the success. You guys took massive action. So tell me about your side. Tell me about the action you took in this week and what really worked for you and what you're super proud of. So Vanessa, can you share as well? And thank you, Quan.
Good morning, team.
Good morning.
So I don't know, anytime I have a team member reach out, it's like, all right, let's go. And for me, it's an honor to be asked, right, to be partnered. So I was like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to, try to get the, ball rolling. And so for me, anytime somebody reaches out and partners up, I'm like, okay, that's no problem. Stick it on my calendar and I'll get to it. For this scenario with Quan, it was very fortunate. It's just about connecting and trying to, learn a little bit more about them before trying to ask for the business. Your girl is a little shaky on Vietnamese, but I mean, it gets done. And then I guess just to talk about action, like it's all about action this year, because last year, my first year in real estate, it was all about learning and trying to figure out, I don't know, what I can do to fill up my plate to better serve, my clients. And then just kind of talking about action, last week, me and Michael Spivey, we did a job fair event at Delta College. And this event came about because we were there at Delta College for the buyer seminar. So what was cool about that event is we pretty much scrambled because they kind of gave us the heads up a little bit last minute, but I don't know, nonetheless, we showed up and we were there. We had our booth out. So not only I was able to meet so many people, me and Michael, both people for our downline, like potentially becoming realtors, buyers. We had a couple of buyer leads. And then what's interesting is I was able to come across 2 people that was interested to become an intern / an assistant. So I guess your girl's about to get an assistant soon.
I love it. I love it. I mean, like 3 angles, right? It's I'm going to help consumers. Now I'm going to help people get into real estate. Now I'm going to get an intern. Then I'm going to show this business and they're going to help me build my business. I love it. I absolutely love it. And how did you guys initially do this? Did you reach out to the college? What happened? How did you get this opportunity to go speak at the college?
It's all about action and then it domino effects, right? So this all started from the one person that showed up to our very first buyer seminar back in December.
Hold on a second. Did you say one person showed up?
Don't tell anybody, guys.
No. Because that one person, you still delivered, still did something powerful. And this is the results of it.
Yeah, that one person meant like so much to us because it led to multiple opportunities, right? Even though it was one person, we were talking as if we were talking to so many people, but nope, it was just that one person. He had connections to Delta College, thanks to Stephanie. And then Michael actually kept staying in connections with him, got us to Delta College to, do our second buyer seminar on campus. And then from there, I met somebody that works at Delta College. And I was like, hey, when's the next opportunity we can kind of come back? He was like, you know what? In 2 weeks, we have something. I'm like, 2 weeks? You know how long it takes for me to get shit ready for an event? Oh, well, just forget it. Just give me the information and let's just do it.
I love this. I love this. You guys, I saw this quote earlier today, and it really, really resonates with me, especially after hearing everyone speak. And Vanessa, thank you, and mad props to you and everyone that's been going out to these events with you. James Clear stated this: "It doesn't make sense to continue wanting something if you are not willing to do what it takes to get it." Stay with me. If you don't want to live the lifestyle, then release yourself from the desire. To crave the result, but not the process, is to guarantee disappointment. Like, that's powerful, you guys, right? Because we say we want these things, we talk about it, but are you doing every single thing that it takes? The knocking on the doors, the going to the colleges, the knocking on the doors in the neighborhood, asking your city council, because that's what it takes, and that's what you guys are hearing. So I want to hear from 2 other people that took some massive action this week that you want to share, that you can share with everybody and they can learn from you. I want to share. Once again, I don't have everyone's cameras on, so I can't see your reactions. And if you're raising your hand, I don't know. So who can share with me action that they took in this last week? All right, cool. I see a couple hands now. Tiger, let's go to you. And then Cynthia will go to you. And then Will, I don't know if that's a hand clap or if that's just a hand up. But Tiger, let's go to you, big dog. And then Cynthia will come next. There we are. Tiger going once, Tiger going twice. Cool. We're going to move on. Cynthia, let's hear it.
I'm going to take myself off camera while I talk so that you guys can hear me clearly. So something that I did that was massive this week was I started attending investor panels. Instead of just hosting, I'm getting myself into rooms and researching what the heck they're talking about. Yesterday, I learned about seller wrapped financing. Like, I don't even know what that is. So I'm like growing and learning more about things that I need to know. And what I have recently discovered is my word is grit. And for me, what that means is super hardcore self-discipline and stick-with-itness. Like, doing the cold calls for me now is actually really, really, really fun. And I love getting the rejections because they put a smile on my face just as much as the good things that come out, the appointments that I set. So that stick-with-itness, I think, is so, so, so critical. Yeah, so just getting myself out of my comfort zone and being in rooms instead of just hosting events.
You know what? I love this. Let me ask you 2 questions. When do you feel that you truly, truly leaned into this grit that you have now? Like, when did that start to happen for you?
Into the what?
Grit. The grit.
Oh, yeah. It was August. In August, I made the decision that I'm going all in on my business. I'm in year 5. I was like, this is it. Like, this is the time to turn on the rocket ship, like, time to blast off.
I love it. And you've done such an amazing job. A second question I have for you. I watched your story yesterday, and you said that you had more anxiety going to a panel and being a spectator versus you did hosting your own. Tell us about that. So the people that are actually like nervous to go and meet people, shake hands and like schmooze, like what was going on and how'd you get over that?
Yeah, so what I realized is that I didn't have any control, and that's what scared me. I didn't have control walking into that room. I didn't know who I'd meet. I didn't know how many people would be there. So a lot of the unknowns, but by the time that I hit that front door, I was like, who cares? You're here. That's what matters. Like, just go in there and be you and be authentic, and anything else is just going to happen.
God, I love this. Absolutely love this. And you mentioned grit, and I know that if you guys have not read the book by Angela Duckworth, Grit, make sure to get that book, put it into your Audible, or actually read the book. It is a powerful, powerful read. So congrats to you, Cynthia. Looking forward to watching you or hearing about your next panel. Do you have a date for the next one?
I do. Thanks for asking. It's April 29th. They will be quarterly on the last Saturday of the month. Yeah, so April 29th.
Beautiful. I absolutely love this. Will, I'm going to come to you in a quick second, but Steffi, I'm glad that you're here. Steffi, did you attend the event in the city yesterday?
No, I didn't. I honestly didn't even know about it.
Okay. I thought for some reason I thought you were at the dinner last night.
Oh, I was at dinner, but I wasn't at the city event.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I have you. Do you want to share some action that you took this week and something you're super proud of?
I'm not a big reader, so I listen to my books. That's how I consume them. And that book, Grit by Angela Duckworth, man, something that was on the book spoke to me so much, because for the longest time, I'm like, man, what am I supposed to do in my life? What is my passion? What is it? Like, what am I meant to do? What's my calling, right? And I would look to my left and my right, and it seemed like everybody has their shit together and knows what they want to do in life and have a passion. But something in this book that said, like, interest is not found by doing introspective work. Interest has to be cultivated by experiencing things externally. And without interest, you cannot have a passion. So just that little profound like sentence, like I'm just at like such a different mental space after hearing that, because I'm just like, girl, it's okay if you don't know. Just go out there and do things and experience things, and eventually something will stick.
God, that's really powerful. You guys, the first chapter of that book grabbed me, and I'm really, really glad that it hooked you like that. I think oftentimes we see success and we see external success, or maybe we see how they show up, or like we see all of their success, right? It's easy to look at and see like, wow, that person's super successful. And what I think it's powerful to ask people, it's say, what did you have to sacrifice and go through in order to have the success that you have now? Like, I want to know those stories. I want to know the grit. I want to know the pain. I want to know the struggles. I want to know all of the mistakes that they made to lead to the success that we now see. Right. And so that's something I took from that book. So Steffi, I love it. I'm glad that you're in a really positive mental state. And like James Clear said, like, you're not going to set the world on fire your first try, but you're going to learn, you're going to develop, you're going to learn, you're going to grow. And so really powerful stuff, Steffi. I love that. Will, let's go to you, and then we'll keep on cruising through on the other hands. Will, let's hear from you, big dog, rapid fire.
Hey guys, some of you may see that I changed my Instagram handle. It was Lux Listings Tahoe, and I changed it this week to Carpe Vitam Tuum. It means seize your life in Latin. Not just you seize the morning, to seize the day, seize the week, month, and life. So what I've tried to do with all of that is, you heard me speak on the Monday meeting, if you were there, about keeping the main thing the main thing. That's the core takeaway that I'm getting from that book that I'm reading by Ryan Holiday called Discipline is Destiny. So the decision that I made this week, I'm 3 weeks into no alcohol, no substance training. I'm in keto. If it doesn't serve my mind, my body, my spirit, or my daughter, I'm saying no, right? Only allow things in that are going to go towards serving your main thing. And for me, of course, this is real estate, but real estate is an aspect of who I am. It's not my identity. I've really made it my identity for almost 20 years. Success, being the top producer, being the guy that knows the most, that can get the most done. That was my brand that I built, and I shed that this year. This is about being the best that I can be in all areas. When I go hard in the paint on only real estate, my spirituality and my body suffers. This is my year of balance. So today is the first day that I'm able to get under the squat rack. You guys have seen me over the year. I'm usually under the squat rack during these trainings. And this is about getting back to basics and taking massive action, but in all areas of my life, so that I can produce better.
I love this. I love it, my man. I was confused. I didn't know what it meant. And then you told me what it actually meant. And so I'm with it, man. I'm with it. And hats off to you. And I love that you said, if it doesn't serve my daughter, right? I love that. Nice. Let's hear from you. And we're just going to start going full circle on this conversation. Nice.
Happy Friday, everybody. Where do I start? All right. So this week I put a contract in last week, the end of last week, and on Monday found out that the offer got accepted by somebody else. And I was kind of discouraged. I was like what? Because I wrote a strong offer and I was wondering like what happened. So I reached out to the agent, found out that it was an investment property found out that it was another contractor who was actually going to be a buyer who was going to move in. So he came in $10,000 over asking price. So I was wondering, was like, why did I lose the offer, right? And so that's what took place with that. But jumped right back into it and took action with the same investor that I have, working with an investor client that I'm working with. And searching properties all week. And then yesterday Thursday I found one. And he was sick in the bed. He didn't want to go nowhere. So I'm like, man, I can't let this property right here go. So I got up. This is the power of video, to be able to go out there and show video. So he's sick in the bed. So I went to the property. He wanted to wait till Saturday. I was like, man, I'm not gonna wait till Saturday. We're getting ready to get this escrow in. And so went out there, took a video tour, showed him the video. He liked it. And I was like, writing an offer right now. And so we're getting ready to write an offer this morning, getting ready to submit it. And this will be my third offer to be able to graduate so I can be able to get my pay increase.
Beautiful, my brother. Well, congratulations to you. Congratulations to them. And hats off, man. I love the action. I love it. And way to jump back out there and do whatever it takes, my man. So congratulations to you. Next person, I'd like to call on Alexis Pinter. Alexis, I had the opportunity to meet her the last couple of days, spend some time with her and her team out here in the beautiful state of New Mexico. Alexis, you had some major milestones this week and action that you took in your business out here. You want to share?
Well, I can't say no if you put me on the spot. So obviously the biggest action that I took this week in my career was to be on stage with two powerful people, Elias and Kenny. And I was extremely nervous, but after it, after being on there, I was like, I can do this again. I will do this again. And even last night after the event, you guys all went to dinner. I had to go home and actually do work because this week was insane. My husband and I actually sat down and started writing all of these different events that I want to do. A lot of Latina ladies events I want to do. So my niche out here is the Spanish community, the Mexican community, the Hispanic community, and I want to start providing more educational information for them. They're very underserved. And so the action of this week was being on stage, kind of getting over that fear, knowing that it is possible, and I will definitely be doing it again. So thank you, Elias, for making it feel very comfortable, because I think I told him that I get very sarcastic and I use humor when I'm so nervous, and I took a lot of that out on him. So thank you for taking that.
I took it with open arms. So let me ask you this. When is your first event? When's the date?
So a personal event that I want to do, because I actually have one scheduled with Natasha with Millennium's property that we have next month, I believe. Yes, March 9th. But I think I want to try to aim for the end of March for my event.
Beautiful. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you just to put it on the calendar, right? Like set the date, put it on the calendar, and then work backwards and do all the things that you need to do in order to get there. But put it on your calendar, because now you create a deadline for yourself and you create some pressure for yourself. And now it's there and you have to do all these things. So pick a date, put it on the calendar. Like we did tons of event planning this year, and we don't even have the names for some of our events. We just put them on the calendar as placeholders, and now we're going to do all the work in order to get there. So Alexis, it was really good meeting you. I think Albuquerque is dope. I think the people out here were straight hustlers that we met. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you chiming in.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Elias.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Nicole Penland, you had your hand up. Let's hear from you, rapid fire. And then Joellen will come right back to you.
So I took the action of putting something on the calendar. I'm hosting an event on March 24th at the Oakland office. I'm doing a home buyer happy hour, and it's going to be a lender panel, kind of like lender speed dating setup. I've confirmed the lenders that will be there, and I'm not going to cry. I figure if I am hosting and not doing all the talking, I should be able to hold it together long enough to ask the questions. So I'm excited.
All right. Well, hey, listen, at the end of your event, if you get a little emotional because everyone came and showed up, and then that's cool. But I love it. I think that's cool. Happy hour. Oh, I like this. I like this. Good stuff, Nicole. And then Joellen, you had your hand up one more time and we'll start to close out the room, come full circle.
Yeah, I just wanted to share something since we've been talking about put everything on the calendar and, with the event, even though if you don't have it yet, just put the date. There's a exercise I did a while back where I got a calendar and I got different colored stickers and I actually placed those stickers on where I wanted my escrows to land. So that might be kind of cool for everyone to try out.
So what do you mean where you want your escrows to land?
Like, so you get a big calendar for the year, right? And then you use different colored stickies like for buyer or listings. And then you vision where you're going to close those escrows and you place those stickers there.
Oh, cool. You mean the month or the week?
Yeah, for each month. You can actually do it for the whole year where you just sit down and envision it. And then you place those stickers.
Like a manifestation of your transactions.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's pretty cool.
And Joel, just so I know, how many events do you have planned for this year?
12.
12.
Yeah. And I've already, and I'm not only going to my own events, I go to other events. So I'm building my network. My network has definitely grown out here.
You guys listen, the more that you go to events, the more that you raise your hand, the more that you go up and meet every single person, shake their hand, look them in their eyes, then the more opportunities that you are going to get to speak your own word, right? Like just go and attend and listen and be a student and start raising your hand. And you guys, 2 years ago, I spoke at no events, none at all. And so I'm always asking and wanting and raising my hand. So you guys get out there. I wrote here, go to your local associations, go to every single event that you can go to in your market and just start learning and then start putting on your own. Steffi, you had your hand up again.
Yeah, I mean, since we're talking about events, I wanted to do a little bit of a shameless plug of our first event that we're throwing. It's several of us, Kuhn, Tom, Kosi, Justin, Ale, and I. We are planning mimosas and millennial. It's kind of like a home buyer seminar situation. We're gonna have fairway there, and you can do get a pre-approval on the spot. And we're also doing a TV raffle. So that's going to be happening in Oakland headquarters on March 11th. That's it.
How dope is that? I'm thinking like almost like, how you have news anchors, like it would be cool to see you guys do an update about like millennial information and how consumer behavior has been over the last year for millennials and why millennials are buying homes and what they need, and like have this cool interact. Like I haven't heard of mimosas and millennials. I think this is going to be a really, really fun session. So great idea, really, really great idea. And I cannot wait to go to that. Otis, you had your hand up. Let's hear from you. Great job, Steffi.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Otis White, you there? Otis going once. Otis going twice. Otis Big Dog, can you hear me? Can you guys hear him? All right, cool. I guess we're having some technical difficulties. But here's the thing, you guys. Go back to the original thought. And Otis, if you can get your mic on, just interrupt me at any time, Big Dog. I want you guys to go to the original thought and just write that down. I must take action on this next week. And I won't think about it. I'm going to do this. What resources will I need? What human resources will I need? What is the result of this action and how will I feel once I complete this, right? Like know that small little milestones, right? Maybe it's, hey, plan an event for 2 months from now. Maybe it's put all of my past leads into my CRM, whatever it is, right? Whether it's 10 videos this next week, but commit to that and put that on your calendar, because I promise you, the more and more things that you accomplish, the more and more things that you stack up, the more and more confidence you have, and knowing that, wow, I'm actually making some progress in my business. And it doesn't have to be crazy, just has to be small, bite-sized chunks, you guys. That is how you build momentum in this business. So let's do this, you guys. I want to spend the next few minutes. I want to go around the room. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what some of your takeaways were from this session. I want to start out with Frida. Frida, let's go to you. I want to hear what some of your takeaways have been from our time together today. And then let's work around the room and hear from a couple people. Frida, are you able to take yourself off of mute and give us your takeaways from the session today?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a little shy, but my name is Frida. I'm new to Team Fast, and I just love this, that everybody's chiming in, telling of their experiences, giving some feedback about their success. which in a team environment is great and, helps a lot of us, especially in different areas, knowing that, everybody's out there trying to grind and just do what they need to do.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So cool. So key takeaways from you from our time together today. What was like one thing that you took from this from somebody that spoke today?
That there's so many things that you could do. You just need to take action. You need to focus and you just need to get out there. And, people, there's so many people in this world that, don't know things and don't know certain, you just go out, meet them, grocery store, bank. I try to meet one person a day at least and pass out my card. And I've been doing that since 2009. My social media was hacked last year. So that's my struggle this year, is trying to get everything back in order.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And glad that you're here. Tell us a little bit about your production over the last couple of years. How well have you done?
Well, I've been in Masters Club every year since, I don't know, it's been like 7, 8 years now. And that's just one of my goals annually, that I try to be in Masters Club. And then other than that, it's just,
What
I
does that
help.
mean? For the people that don't know what that means, what does that mean?
Oh, that's in, okay. So that's in Sacramento, and Masters Club is for realtors who reach a certain production limit point. And then you can apply and get awarded and recognized. And that's what I try to do every year for myself as a goal. But now that my kids are older, I need to focus on being more active in different organizations. And that's what I've been doing now. And I've been thrown in some leadership roles and just trying to get out there and learn how to speak publicly better without being frightened. And just hosting more events. We've been hosting events since we've moved to Sacramento. And my husband has a great football league that he started in Elk Grove. And that's one of our biggest niche, is that we get lots of families from this football team that come to us for help. And, they're from everywhere, from Bay Area, different counties of Sacramento. And it's just awesome. You just got to get out there, try things and see what works for you guys, honestly.
Wow. I love this. I had no idea you guys ran a football team out there. But great job at being masters so many years in a row. Great stuff. And just for the people that are up in the Sacramento area that don't know, what type of volume do you need to get to in order to be in masters?
It's either, I think it's like 8 million and 20 ends, something like that. I have to look up
Okay. All right, cool.
They changed it this year.
I love it. I love it. Otis White, let's try one more time, big dog. And great share, Frida.
Thank you.
Otis going once. He had his hand up again. Otis going twice. All right, cool. We're going to move on. Let's go over to, let me go to my second screen here. Let's go to Griselda, and then let's hear from Leah. Key takeaways from our time together today. Otis is trying to come back in. Griselda or Leah? Can one of you guys take yourself off of mute? Can you guys hear me? Going once, going twice.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Oh man, sorry, I had to follow up with somebody real quick through a text, but I've been seeing a lot of people being hung up with over asking and ridiculous amount of offers. I think now is like last summer when we need to get that skill set down so we can start getting some more wins. I know a lot of people have been getting discouraged, getting out there with their clients, but I think now is the time to really hone in on your summer skill set. But right now in our time right now coming up on spring, so I'm willing to start doing some get-togethers with people that want to start coming up with schemes and ways to win in this new challenging market that we've seen shift overnight. So if anybody wants to hit the Hayward or Oakland headquarters in the next week or so to start trying to come up with some better strategies and what we can do to get ahead.
You know, I love this. And here's the thing, you guys, like this is a time where you need to really unpack, analyze, and really evaluate the terms that you're writing in your contracts and how can you get super creative with your terms and the way that you're writing up offers. And then how well are you eliciting information from the listing agent, right? How well are you at asking the right questions in order to get you enough information to write a really powerful offer? So I think this is a really good topic, Otis, because we can all learn. most people know how to write a pretty solid offer, but what does your cover letter look like? Are you sending a video? What are the terms? What are the different nuances? How creative is your offer? Are you offering rent back? All kinds of different variables. So Otis, I think that's a really, really good point. And yeah, man, I think that tons of people would want to join in on that. Frida, I love your comments below. Dominique, let's hear from you. Key takeaways from you, and then we'll close out with one other person. Dominique, key takeaways from today, and then we'll go to Omar G.
I think the key takeaway is basically, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, perfect. The key takeaway is basically having an action and putting it into play. And with that, you're able to make more connections, not just by clients, but even just the network of other professionals as well. And I think that's probably the key thing to your success right now, is basically making all your connections and executing in different ways of throwing events and yeah, and just putting your network into a plan, which is something that I haven't really done yet. I know me and Christina are supposed to do a Taco Tuesday in Brentwood, and we haven't really we talked about it, but I haven't put it into place yet. So it's something that this is good for me to hear, because it's making me, as people were talking, I was sitting here thinking like, okay, this is what we need to do, and this is how we should do it, and then so I was like, today I need to call her and make a Zoom with her. So it was really good information.
You guys, don't be surprised if we do a tacos and talks day at one of the offices. So my lady does mobile spray tanning, and then she wants to partner up with the girl that does Botoxes. And so like, we're gonna have tacos and talks event. And I promise you, there's gonna be tons of people. I don't know shit about Botox. I know a lot about tacos, but like, just throw a cool event and bring people together. And I promise you, if it's done with a heart of gold, there's going to be so many people come. Yeah. And by the way, shameless plug for Amanda, ladies, if you're looking to get tan, a little bit of color, make sure to hit her up. She's doing mobile spray tanning. I'm actually, don't tell her, but I'm going to buy her a mobile trailer and I'm going to deck the whole thing out. And it's going to be like this cool little dope, like boho chic, like office on wheels that matches her Jeep, but please don't tell her. But I'm gonna buy her that so she has that to build her business.
Is that why you got a little darker, Elias? Is that why you got a little darker?
No, bro, this is just natural right there, bro. This is just natural.
Go take a shower. We'll see.
You just told though, Elias. This is about to be on YouTube.
It's okay. By that time, she's not going to go back. My lady doesn't go back and watch all. As much as she loves me, she's not going to watch all my YouTubes.
You know what's really cool is she can be at all the different events that we like host, like all the women events. That's really cool.
That's right. That's right. So I'm happy for her, and I do whatever I can do to support her. But hell no, I would never get spray tan. This is all natural. But one last person, Omar G. Let's hear from you. Key takeaways from our time together, big dog.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Thanks, everyone who hopped on and shared. My biggest takeaway is community, where everyone's talking about, hosting events for your community. But I think that these events that you host and attend are also great opportunities to lean into like our peers. And a lot of people mentioned like the word action. Lately for me, I've been falling a little bit behind on my like personal goals and like in my real estate business. And I found that going to events is a good kind of like a reset, or just good. It helps me like get momentum and just being in the field. So I would say community was my biggest takeaway of this call today.
I love that. You guys have the ability right now to go and just build and build and build. There's a reason why we're doing 200 events this year. Kenny's crazy and so am I. So let's just do 200. And now we're taking these masterminds on the road. We're going Tracy, Discovery Bay, Tahoe, and Petaluma. We're doing all these different places that we've never gone to, and we're doing masterminds at these different places. So we're going to build and continue to build, and we want the same for you guys. So Omar, I appreciate your contribution. And last thing before we go, you guys, this is powerful. One more time, I want to share this with you guys. The costs of your good habits are in the present. It's right now, you can see them. And the costs of your bad habits are in the future. The costs of your bad habits are in the future. I read that and I was like, all right, I love that. So you guys have a wonderful wonderful day. I want to thank all of our guests for being here today. Fridays are always about action because I believe that one person's success is something that you probably needed to hear, or it was a reminder. It was something like, dang, like I can do that. That's simple, right? So that's why we talk about action, and it's the same thing every Friday, because we want to make sure that you guys are inspired to take that step, do that. Remember the one thing that you must do for this next week, commit to that, take action on that, and make sure that you understand what it's going to do for your life and for your business. You guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm beyond grateful for everybody. And as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision. And Melissa, you could stay on. Melissa Radke, you can stay on. But you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. You don't have to leave, but you can't stay here. Have a wonderful, wonderful time, you guys. And I'll see you back home tomorrow. Peace.